By the way, I met Zhao Zhang last time the Peter Lance demonstration as well. So we've been on the same front for many years.
Yeah, thank you, Neil. I've been collecting signatures. I got 12 signatures. Everyone that I talk to, if I get a chance to talk to, they all think 3361 is ridiculous. This bill, the whole purpose of this bill is to collect data, but I think there's a bigger risk of further alienating and dividing us. And we should say no to this bill. There's also a real risk of aggravating racial stereotyping and ethnic profiling on us. There has been enough jokes on us, like, model minority. I don't take it as a praise. I take it as a joke, because that means you work hard, you pay tax, but you stay quiet. You never argue for anything. Or, be as good as math as an Indian kid. Or you work as hard as a Japanese worker. All of those doesn't sound like a big deal, but with H3361, I'm really concerned, because with the notion of big government and big data, they're going to connect everything of your life, from birth to immigration, to education, to medical bills, employment, all the way to death. The government will know the racial data, and they can use that to precisely target any ethnic group at an ever faster pace. But today, I'm going to talk about a different topic. I'm going to talk about one type of stereotyping that I think is the worst. And I will start with my own experience. I came from the town of Belmont, 7 miles away from Boston, and 20% of the population are Asian Americans. But surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, if you go to the town government, you see none of the officials, none of the elected or appointed officials, none of them are Asian. If you go to the Belmont town meeting, out of 256 people, only 2 of them are from Asian, are of Asian descent. There's something seriously wrong here. And again, it's associated with stereotyping. It appears that Asian Americans don't care about politics, or are not good about politics. And that is the worst stereotypes ever. And probably the source of every bad bill against us. I was shocked about this, and I decided to do my share of work. So in January 2014, I ran for the town meeting. Being a town meeting member really gives you a seat in the rudimentary level of local politics or local democratic process. The first step is to knock on your neighbor's doors. I need to collect 25 registered voter signature so that my name can be put onto the ballot. I knock on the doors. My neighbors, they're all well-educated, high income, very polite. They listen to me and they supported me. But several of them start to ask, where are you from? At first I think this is obvious. I'm from Belmont. They continue to ask, before that, where are you from? I told them, before that I live in Medford, and I was in Boston before that. They're still not satisfied. And they have to reveal the real question. Where are you originally from? I have to tell them that I came from Asia, I come from China. I'm an immigrant, but I really want to participate. I got all the signatures to be qualified, and I entered the race. I won the race, and I get in the town meeting. I started to go to town meeting sessions and all the discussions there. Every discussion, whether it's about raising the property tax, about how to allocate a school budget, how to rezone the school district, or for example, even for the school holidays. Those discussions went on with minimum participation from our community. I think that's a real problem. That problem at a local level means your kids might have to go to a school that's further away than you would prefer to. At state level, it come up as bills like H3361. At the federal level, it can come in the forms like in the history of Chinese Exclusion Act, or the Japanese concentration camp after World War II. So my message to everyone is, we can't let this happen. We have to stop the worst type of racial profiling and ethnic prototyping. That means we got to get to our food, get our hand wet. We got to contribute. We got to rationalize. If you are qualified and registered to vote, we're going to talk at community level, at the local government level, let them hear our voice, participate, and cast your vote at every single election. That's what matters. That's the worst stereotype that we should all be fighting against. Thank you. So my last message is say no to H3361 and say no to taxation without representation. 还有。